We have readies from both players, so let's not hesitate and get going. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Beautiful stacking so far for both players. I mean, it's only been a few pieces, so really can't comment too much on how their stacking is paying off, but it is looking nice. And the Tetris there for Svalbard to start things off. Oh, Matt, kind of taking burn there. Nonetheless, does have a Tetris on the board. Balbar is playing perfectly at the moment, and with another Tetris there, up to 3 Tetrises now scored. Matt's going to take his second Tetris of the game there. And another Tetris there for Svalbard. Svalbard playing technically clean at the moment. Has a very nice board. Very safe play, despite being perfect. And decided to take the burn there, which is the safest option, 100%. Meanwhile, Matt Martin waiting for Longbar himself now, just to score a Tetris. And with that, it's going to take Tetris to go over 100,000 through 29 lines. Both players having a pretty impressive, nice start to start things off at 126,000 and Svalbard at 166,000. So it's separated by a couple of Tetrises. There, Matt with the Tetris. Beautiful, absolutely amazing opportunity there. Even things out, but then looking back over on Svalbard's board, has another Tetris compared to when I already last compared their scores. Matt Martin, a beautiful use of that double wide score, also then scores a Tetris. Svalbard with a beautiful Tetris there, 235,000 through 50 lines. A pretty good pace to say so myself. Playing very efficient, nice Tetris. But when players are at this caliber, you expect them to have solid, consistent paces. Matt Martin just waiting for the long bar, finally gets the long bar there and nails down the Tetris. 230,000 through a Balbar's board, looking a little worse for wear right now, actually. And Matt Martin, 254,000 through 67 lines. Balbar. Oh, Longbar comes at a perfect time. Oh, but then immediately, unfortunately, misdrops there. He's going to top out 270,000. So Matt Martin just needs to get the 271,000. With that Tetris is good for game number 1. So Matt has his first heart of the set. We have a ready from Svalbard already for there and a ready for Matt. So let's get them underway already for the next one. Let's not hesitate. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. The winner of these, or this game, will go on to play against Tegamek in the finals, who just defeated Wade, make it to the. Both players starting off pretty conservatively. Tetris there. A couple Tetrises for Matt Martin to start things off, but Svalbard, no Tetris yet. a little high of a stack. Fortunately covers well as soon as Longbar comes. But he was able to pare this down and bring it much lower. And scores his first Tetris. Meanwhile, Matt Martin at 93,000. Also doing pretty well. Both players definitely showing, you know, I've been saying this quite a bit. They're both showing why they are doing well. Both players are once again people that are just genuinely great people in the community. Yeah. I don't know if there's someone you can root directly for unless you have like a vested interest in either. Balbar kind of just getting some rough RNG this game. No long bars really. While Matt Martin getting quite a few scoring Tetrises there. Simul Tetrises for both players. Matt Martin making a mountain out of a molehill with that little spire, but managing to really handle this and have it left well. This is dangerous territory for Das. Luckily, Matt Martin is very good at Das and is going to score a dirty Tetris there. Absolutely phenomenal play from Matt Martin. It's Favar cleaning that up. Beautifully executed, getting out of there. Matt Martin at 246,000 through 62 lines, and Svavar at 199,000 through 67 lines. Both players really in a good spot in terms of how their boards are looking. Are a little behind in pace, but that's because, you know, when you kind of get droughted at the beginning and can't score Tetrises, it happens. Matt Martin, they're knocking down another Tetris. While this game is underway, I'd like just to thank everyone who's participated in the tournament up until this point. Whether you're a Tetris veteran, whether you're new to the scene. One thing that Jonas loved was helping build the community, being able to come together. I feel like it really is something to be proud of, and we can all say we did together. Having people like Matt, Balbar, Wade interact with younger people, playing against people like Boogie, Jesper, all this. Just absolutely crazy peak. Everyone playing each other in such a way is absolutely beautiful. Absolute amazing person who loved creating a community and has the best community out of any Twitch channel I've really ever watched. As he just genuine person that cared about everyone. So it's just good that we can do something for each other here during these times and for family. Meanwhile, Svavar's board looking a little rough, getting some good pieces though to resolve this. Having holes on the bottom 3 rows, that was going to be a little tricky. Going to create an inherently dirty stack, but not something that really. Are burning out of it very efficiently. He's going to transition at 372,000 there. For the average player, that transition would have just been, it would have killed you like instantly. But for someone like Svavar, their dash management is extremely impressive, and Matt Martin transitioning in 500,000. Pretty consistent pace for Matt over the few games so far. Matt Martin with a beautiful dirty Tetris, and Svavar is also playing pretty beautiful, but instead of Tetris, he's oh, a little mischief there. I spoke a little too soon, unfortunately. Balbar's going to top out 403,000, so Matt Martin gets the second heart there. Very unfortunate. There had a beautiful dig going into that. Fortunately, that does happen. We have a ready from Svavar. Need one from Matt, and we have a ready from Matt Martin. So let's count them down. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Just a reminder that the winner of this match, I guess this game, not necessarily just this one, but the best 5 in general, will go on to face against Jesper in the finals of the tournament, where the first and second place winners will receive a trophy commemorating their participation in the tournament. As a physical memento to kind of have something to help for Jonas by. Both players starting off very strongly. I'm so sorry, Josh. Should have said something. It turns out planning a tournament is much harder than it seems from an outside perspective. Nonetheless, managed to make something pretty special out of this situation, luckily. Speaking of making something special out of the situation, both players starting off pretty strong. Simul Tetris there, 166,000 for Matt Martin, and 146,000 there for Svavar. And so far, things are pretty close, evenly matched in this game. Paces are almost identical. 219,000 there for Svavar through 53 lines. 261,000 for Matt Martin, and with another Tetris there, it brings it to 284 through 61 lines. $307 through 65 is a very nice pace for Matt Martin. And with that Tetris, Svavar's up at 291,000 through 70 lines, so only slightly behind in terms of pace. So it should be enough to where it'll make for an interesting post-transition play. And Matt Martin, they're taking the Tetris at 337,000. Svalbard at 315,000. It is a Tetris game. With that Tetris, slight lead for Svalbard, but Matt Martin's going to immediately score one himself. Every Tetris has that much more weight for Svalbard this game, as matters keep his chances in the tournament alive. This close though. 384,000 to 385,000. 384.6 now. It is super close, super neck and neck, which is something we've been able to say almost about all the matches this tournament. Svalbard, a little mischief there, early dash load from the look. But was able to nail the spin to correct it, and just is kind of digging out of it now. Beautiful execution. And Svalbard opens up the right well now and nails a Tetris. Meanwhile, Matt Martin taking the opportunity there to score a little bit and take the lead at 483,000 through 112 lines. That's up, setting up for a Tetris. Gets the long bar and nails the Tetris. A lot of long bars there for Matt. Not inherently a bad thing for some if you want to like really just score Tetris there, which is really says 531,000 through 123 lines, so been pretty comfortable for both players going into the transition in terms of pace. Balbar with that Tetris is going to be very close to a 500k transition, so Balbar will transition most likely at a 500k, lower 500k, and Matt Martin transitioning at a 578. With that Tetris, 521 for Svalbard's transition. And now we're off to the races once again. This is for all the marbles for Svalbard. He needs to pull something out on post-transition play. He wants to take match from Matt Martin for game number 4. A little misdrop there, but perfect desk management and maybe the quick tap over. Get that piece to where it needed to be. And a beautiful dirty Tetris there for Svalbard. Getting through it momentarily and getting clean. Matt Martin, though, has a little Spire in his stack. That O is going to be a little annoying. They're looking a little tough there for Matt, but definitely not a player to count out in any of these. Oh, but that, have the dash to get that over, or the quick tap. So Matt Martin is going to top out at 638,560. So Svalbard, you need to get the 639 to take game number 3. And with that Tetris, we're going to game number 4. Right there. So GG's both players there. Definitely strong pre-transitions from both players. We have a ready from Matt Martin. Ready from Balbar, and we are good to go. And we have ready from both players, so let's count them down. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Both players having a Tetris on the board to start things out. Pretty safe play so far. Too crazy. Nice tuck setup there for Matt Martin, or an S spin, depending on what comes first. and get the J. Definitely after the last game, I see players keep pushing each other. Matt Martin through 14 lines is at 69,000, and Svavar through 15 lines is at 51,000. For sure, there's going to be probably back and forth for quite a while. If I had to expect anything. That's what I would expect. And Matt Martin there with the Tetris, and Svavar there with the Tetris. 98,000 to 116,000 now. Pretty just continue to be close. I mean, last game was very neck and neck. To the point where, you know, like, not that long of a chase down. Martin having a couple holes, kind of a few rows of garbage on his stack. Not something he can't take care of, but it's going to allow for Svavar to take the lead there with that Tetris. Still has the opportunity to score some more. He did just there. Martin trying to find the perfect balance of aggression and conservative play here to really just make it point. Yeah, Martin does have a few more rows of digging, and it's really allowed for Svavar taking pretty nice lead. Has a very nice pace himself going at 263,000 through 60 lines. Has a little bit to burn to open up that well, but other than that, pretty nice pace. Meanwhile, Matt Martin at 196,000, and with that Tetris is going to jump up to 218,000 through 68 lines. So despite having to do some digging, Matt Martin has quite a bit and managed to keep it pretty close. Not really get out by it. And the left wall Tetris is going to help even more. Martin just waiting for the long bar now. Kind of burn things because left well high up is dangerous and scary as a DAS player. Piece rotates. Piece has a bias when it rotates to the right. When you think about Classic Tetris, you know that's why players build with the right well. Matt Martin getting the left well Tetris there, 276,000, and a Tetris there. I think he's going to suffer the well transfer then. Yep. We are about 100,000 points separated now, so Svavar was able to score quite a bit there. Matt Martin taking another Tetris there. Getting perfect pieces, putting them perfectly. Keeping his chances here in the Love You Miss You Memorial Tournament ever so much that live. So, moment, I think they're looking a little tough as that doesn't burn. And for the first time in the top 8, we have ourselves a decider. A Game 5 decider. Between Svavar and Matt Martin. So for those that have the Decider emote, you know what time it is. We have already from both players, but let's count them down. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Jesper coming in with many deciders and Heist and Classic Tetris Pal with the raids coming in for this decider action right here. Perfect chance, perfect timing for the raids as we have Svavar and Matt Martin in game number 5 of the semifinals. The winner will face off against Tegamek in the finals of the tournament. So, welcome everyone. Yes. So far, very clean stacking from both players. Nothing really risky at all. Matt Martin's LRJ dependency might be the riskiest thing on the board and very normal thing to see in Classic Tetris match. But so far, to start things off, players are very pretty even here. Both are not afraid to take burns. They don't want to risk anything this decider that matters. One brutal misdrop is all it takes for them to be out of it, and both players know this. So there's no reason why they can't be more conservative. At Martin with a very scary dependency, resolving this pretty nicely though. Long bar and square combo, and another long bar. It's gonna help him out so much there for the Tetris, and he's gonna be saved. And another Tetris there for Matt Martin. Keep this alive. Absolutely crazy sequence of pieces there for Matt in a terrifying situation. And it all just worked out so well and so perfect for him. Balbar, on the other hand, kind of in a scary situation himself, but getting some amazing pieces to deal with it as well. Just like that, gets out of it, but then immediately has to cover something just because his board really couldn't accommodate anything else. And, well, is opening it right back up. Well, in the meantime, Matt Martin taking that Tetris there goes to 285,000. Oh, with that Tetris, 308,000 through 83 lines. Meanwhile, Svavar, perfect placement of that piece there, will be at 236,000 through 86 lines and is cleaning out of this amazing situation for Svavar. Svavar finally gets out of it and nails the Tetris. Matt Martin, Matt's waiting for a long bar now. Wants to score a Tetris, but Svavar's going to take it before he can. 290,000 through 105 lines for Svavar, and Matt Martin at 342,000 through 100 lines there, and a Tetris for Matt Martin. Both players scoring Tetrises there, and you're coming in with 10 gift subs. Some absolute hype in here. Can we get something just to show appreciation there during this hype match? Thank you so much for this, all the gift subs. Meanwhile, Matt Martin and Svavar are both clean. And JD with the raid of 112. Thank you so much, Joseph. You're just in time for the transition in game number 5 in the semifinals between Svavar and Matt Martin. We have a great matchup here. Hello, JD. Thank you once again. And we have amazing post-transition play here from both DAS players. Or both players playing DAS, obviously. And Matt Martin with the setup needs another piece there and gets the long bar. Scores the Tetris. 523,000 for Matt Martin. And Svavar needs a piece there. Something to set up. Things aren't looking too happy. He needs to get some perfect pieces to kind of start working on the left side. This is a DAS player's worst nightmare. When you have to throw something over there. But Svavar gets it all the way to the right. And but he hangs the piece. And he's going to top out at 456,000. So, we have our final setup as Matt Martin scooting to the finals to take on Jesper. GG's, both players. Thanks for playing, Svavar. It was amazing having you in the tournament. And just really appreciate your involvement. So, let's look at the bracket now. We have an absolute barn burner of a match coming up here with Jesper and Matt Martin facing off against each other. We're gonna get this set up and be a fun one. So it's gonna do that very quick.